What's up? It's Bradford, and welcome to Cooke Optics TV. In terms of bounce sources, yeah, I love book lights. So. And again, every film has this rule, right? Ain't the Body Saints, no fluorescents, no HMIs, only tungsten. So all the rules, just only use tungsten. So that film, we were using 5K soft lights, 2K soft lights, bounce to unbleached muds, back through half grid, full grid. Arrival's interesting because there wasn't much bounce light at all. There weren't many book lights. It was pretty much in Louise's house, all available light. When we did light, it was in the room, but it was very much like out of the way. If we had to like give a little shape in the room, we'd have something just right over the window carrying whatever was happening outside. But in general, it was pretty much all available light. And then when you get into the tents, all those practicals you saw hanging from the ceiling, those crazy weird fluorescents, those were all LEDs, and that's how we lit the scene. Sometimes we would turn them up. They were straps, so I could either turn it up towards the ceiling and the ceiling was white, bounce it for. If it was a fixture you didn't see in the frame and I wanted something more pleasant on the face, we would bounce the ones that you didn't see in the frame, so you had softer light coming back. And then all the wide shots, we'd leave everything down because you had nicer pools of light. And obviously inside the spaceship, the light that you saw, which is the screen, and that was the equivalent. It's not a 12 light maxi, obviously, but the equivalent of a 12 light maxi, but in the LED world, there were these 4x4 MacTech LEDs that we actually, again, not a book light, direct through. We had muds inside, bleached muds, and on the other side of the bleached muds, we had full grid. The width wasn't seamless on the inside, and it wasn't seamless on the other side. So although it was direct, it was very, 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 very soft. Big proponent of negative fill. So I always have like a flag close by, a 4x4 or a 12x, whatever is required, depending on what the move is. Or depending on how big the sky is, if you're in the woods and there's tree canopy everywhere, I still like negative fill, but you can do it with smaller. Versus if you're sitting out on the lake, we had to have something a lot larger. Which is funny because in the visual effects world, you often think, well, you're in a visual effects sequence and your character's doing something and you want it to feel as if it's the film you would shoot. And we get out in these situations where we've got a long walk and talk, and because of the environment that we're in and because of the tools we have, we're not going to walk. You can, but in general, people don't walk with a 12x for negative fill the whole walk. But when we go do visual effects stuff, we forget that it's a visual effect. You're lighting it, so you can do whatever you want, right? Ultimately, that's what we want anyway. If we were shooting in real time in a real space, we'd say, man, I want the whole block negative fill. This whole street, I just want to put one big solid all the way down the block. And you would try, you would try to do that. What's great about doing films in the sort of visual effects space is that you can then do that. You can just say, okay, I got all my lights hanging from the ceiling wherever they are. This side of the stage, I'm turning it all off. And on this side of the stage, I'm turning all the lights on. And for a split second, you say to yourself, that doesn't look real. It doesn't look like what it would look like if you were outside, really. But it's like, yeah, well, even when you're outside, you're like, I don't like the way this looks, so let me add an egg. And so the hard part, but the beautiful part is like, don't question your instincts. Do what feels right. And you can come up with the logic for it.